Hello, everybody. It's Abigail Tiefenthaler, and it's Thursday, so it is Business Simplified Day. I am the co-founder of Launches Made Simple. Tammy and I bring to you a done-for-you marketing agency that provides end-to-end campaign development, primarily for coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs. So we are here on a weekly basis to provide some information and some support and hopefully some inspiration and hopefully something that compels action to get you into really understanding your business, your ideal customer, you as the business owner, the marketplace, and putting in place marketing materials that are actually going to yield results. And how is that measured? It's measured by more clients. It's measured by happier paychecks and happier paydays, and it's measured by just overall, feeling good and purposeful at the end of the day. So one of the biggest things we get when we're talking to prospects is, well, I've tried that and it didn't work. I tried that and it didn't work. And marketing doesn't work. I get a lot of people who are asking me to convince or compel them that marketing works. And that's not my job. My job is never, and actually your job too, your job during a strategy session is never to try to convince or compel somebody that what they think isn't true, because it is. They are always going to believe what they want to believe. What our goal is to get them to hopefully think a little bit wider, a little bit deeper, a little bit more, a little bit longer on what decisions they've made thus far have brought them to where they are now. So if they're not happy with where they are now, perhaps their decision-making logic might need a slight shift to get them to think bigger, deeper, or longer about something and about making whatever changes are necessary in their business. If you're a life coach, it's about how is life coaching going to help them be happier or more productive or, have better long-term success, right? If you're a business coach, it's about maybe starting, growing, scaling, or even preparing perhaps to sell. There, are always different needs that pop up at different places in business. So I titled this Why Your Marketing Isn't Working, because one of the things that we hear is, well, if I could only get more leads, I'd have more business. And that might be true for some. If you are an amazing salesperson and you understand the concept of consultative selling, relationship building, the ability to help people come to their own conclusion that you're the right next step for them, and you're not closing the number of sales that you want to close, it could be a lead problem. But traditionally, a lead problem happens much earlier in the process. It's kind of like if, water in a stream is trickling at the point where you're living and it used to be wider, there's probably something going on further upstream that is impacting its ability to manage the flow that it used to manage. It could be dammed. It could not have yielded as much rain. There's lots of reasons, but you always have to go back, because while sales and marketing are two different things, they are part of the same coin. And branding, if there was such a thing as a three-headed coin, is really the third piece. Branding is not marketing, and marketing is not sales. So if your marketing isn't working, and that's being identified at the lead conversation process, at the sales process, where somebody is reaching out and making a sales call or clicking on your click to buy link, but not buying. Now the question is are they the right leads? If they're the right leads and you're not closing, you're not converting, then what is happening on that sales page that causes them to stop? Maybe it's pricing. Maybe they just, got into the middle of something and couldn't, had to leave the page and it expired, in which case retargeting can help. If it's pricing, then maybe one of the things you want to do in your marketing language might be to talk about the words upscale. It might be to talk about the words, trendy. It might be to talk about certain type of language that would lead people to believe that they're going to be coming to a Saks level store, a boutique, custom clothing type of store, more so than maybe a Macy's or mass store versus like a Kmart or a Walmart or something like that. So take a look at the languaging, because when people come to a click to buy site, or they come to a strategy session and they are not set up to be prepared to talk about an investment versus a transaction, that can be a reason why you don't close. But again, that's not a sales problem. That's a marketing problem. If you're doing everything right as a part of the sales process, that is a marketing problem, because it's happening in maybe the people you're reaching, which is your target audience, maybe in the language that you're using and the messaging, or maybe it's how you're positioned entirely. So now, again, sales, two-way conversations, marketing, one-way conversations. You have to do it consistently every single day. You have to get out in front of your ideal client every single day. I promise you will not be redundant. You can reuse messaging. You can repurpose materials. If you create an article once a week, you can turn that into 3 or 4 small little Facebook posts or email posts, right? So be smart and simplify that process as much as possible. But if you aren't sure that the message is getting across, then it's not the implementation, and that's the brand problem. The branding is where you do the thinking. So think about it this way. Your brand is where you think. Your marketing is where you execute. And the sales is where your prospect acts. Branding is all driven toward what your prospect needs, what your prospect wants to hear, the solution your prospect has, how their problem is going to be filled by your solution. Their willingness to commit to investing in solving that problem. Those are all thinking things that happen, and that's a branding conversation. So many people, again, we talk about this a lot, but I'm going to reinforce it here. Brand is not just your logo, your name, your tagline, your graphic colors. Your brand is all your strategy. Because when you get into the marketing of your business, the promoting of your business, whether it's paid or organic, that is where you take all that strategy that you've developed and execute it out so that you get in front of the right ideal client. And that ideal client then says, I want to learn more. I want to know more about you. And they're willing to either go to your sales page to buy, or they're willing to schedule a strategy session. That process is so interrelated that when any one piece of it falls, your marketing collapses. So it's not going to bring you good sales, and it's not going to be able to be a reflection of your good brand. So when your marketing isn't working, you know that because one of two things is happening. Nobody is coming to your sales page. Nobody is coming to a strategy session, number one. Or number two, the people who are coming are getting turned off by something, because there's a disconnect in the language. There's a missing expectation that when they get there, it makes them go, whoa, wait, I don't want this, or I don't want to spend this, or I don't have time for this. Because those are the common objections. It is not a sales problem. Now, if you are getting strategy sessions and not closing them, it could be some of your sales language. If people are coming to the page, putting things in the cart and walking away, there could be something to the sales language on the page. Different topic altogether. But here we're talking about why marketing is, why your marketing isn't working. And traditionally, it's because you're either not out there consistently bringing leads into your flow every single day. Marketing is like brushing your teeth. You have to do it every day. It's like eating. You have to eat every single day because that it builds, it's cumulative. But if the message is off, you're not going to be attracting the right customer. No matter how good your marketing is if you're out there every single day and you're not saying things that the client wants to hear or saying things that the client needs to hear and know they need to hear because they're actively looking for a solution, then it doesn't matter how good your marketing is. So it's really important to understand that marketing is an investment of time, of energy, and of money, plain and simple. And what you have to do is weigh how much time your time is worth versus how much money you're willing to invest to make it happen faster and simpler and more effectively. You should never work with somebody, if you are outsourcing your marketing, that isn't going to commit to helping you get results. Are they promising results? No. Anybody who promises results, it's a crapshoot, unfortunately. But like Launches Made Simple, we commit to working with you until you're getting results. That's our commitment. But there are things that you have to do on your end. So this is about developing partnerships with people who understand the marketing platforms you want to use. If you plan on strictly marketing through email, that's really great. You want somebody who knows how to write marketing-focused emails. If you want to do it strictly using organic Facebook and social media methods, Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and all the other platforms, then you want to work with somebody who really understands the organic ways of maximizing your time on that. If you want to use paid advertising, it's not as simple as just going in and clicking some boxes in the Facebook Insights. There's a bigger strategy that has to be discussed. There are other things that you can do. There are new ways of doing things. There are things you should be testing. It's not for the faint of heart. I hate to say it, but part of being a business owner is knowing how you're going to get business. If you decide you want to go the referral route or the JV route, then you really need to be purposeful in what you're giving them to make them want to work with you, number one, and able to work with you, number two. Swipe copy, digital files, information, introductions, compensation. So just think about it. If your marketing isn't working, the first question you should ask yourself is, why isn't it working? Is my message what my audience wants to hear? Am I reaching them in the right way? Just because I love Facebook doesn't mean your market is on Facebook. They might be on YouTube. And just because you think your market is on LinkedIn, Facebook still may be a more effective way to start the introduction. And then what am I saying at the sales conversation? Who's showing up at my sales? Because we don't know that whether marketing works or not until they go to a sales page or into a strat session. So look at it as an integrated approach. Marketing is not just marketing, and marketing is not sales, and marketing is not branding. Branding is thinking, marketing is doing, and sales is getting your prospect to act. I hope this has been helpful. If you ever want to talk, Tammy and I are more than happy to see if we can help, if this is a good time for you to consider doing an end-to-end type of integration instead of trying to patchwork it on your own. Message me by private message or a link underneath this and tag me so that I know I see it. But we're here to help. One of the things that both of us are passionate about is making sure that brilliant business women who want to be business women and they want to grow businesses, are able to invest their time, energy, and money in a way that's most productive and simple for them. That's why we're Launches Made Simple. Anyway, this was Business Simplified. This is Abigail. Have a great day, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye now.